Alright guys, welcome back. So if you watched the most recent video with the replays, this is the deck list for that video. I mentioned that I wanted to test out Lightning Storm over Midbreaker, Duster, and Reboot, because it's a bit more versatile in the sense that it doesn't really matter what the matchup is, whereas this strictly does. Like it's only good against backward decks. It stops Imperm, which is why I really like this one. It's basically like another call by for exclusively Imperm, you know? Even if you do go first, you're going to need a discard for Jet and for Walker anyway, so just treat it as such. Because if like you have hand traps, you're just going to let like Ash, Imperm, Veiler, and then you start your hand with like 3 cards. Like, you know, like compared to just having the potential of just opening up this, or like having these to be your 5th and 6th card. So that means you have 4 cards to contribute instead of having like to have depleted your hand and interacted the previous turn with your opponent's first turn. You threw away 3 cards to potentially not even stop them, you know, whereas this kind of guarantees that. It's a risky play because like they generate resources, because like as you're not going to be interacting with them, they're going to just basically do whatever they want. So like the things that come to mind would be like, you can't stop like a Snow Engrave, you can't stop the hand trap, stuff like that, or like you can't draw like anything, any consistency. The way they're trying to mold their hand, right? Like search, for example, like say Drytron, right? Like they're gonna be molding your hand to try to establish your board. You can't prevent any of that, but that's the kind of the risk, right? You just rather, okay, well, hopefully this is enough, and majority of the time it is enough. You just Lightning Storm them, or you Dark Ruler them and then Lightning Storm them, or you just get like for example, like against like Torso. You can go like you can go into Ruler, into Storm, so you negate the Baron and you get rid of the Blackout, which is huge. So now they're gonna have to have hand traps, because you can have 4 cards, and some of the best three or more card combos that you have are quite resilient. For example, let's say you open up, like let's say this is your 4 card hand. This, and this. Like that's insane. Like that's just crazy, because one will prompt the response on the search. If they don't have anything, okay, it's fair enough. You summon junk, and they're gonna have to have something like Nibiru and like Imperm Railer. Otherwise, you're just gonna pop off. You don't really care about Ash, because they would have Ashed this, and then you would have just gonna special tribute, trigger doppel, and search, and then still pop off anyways. You know, so it's like, you see what I mean? Like compared to like having to have like a bunch of hand traps, like Ash, Imperm Veiler, Nib, you know, like you deplete your hand, and then you'll have like, instead of having this, and this, you'll just have like this and this. It's still combo, but it's very weak in the sense that you know what I mean? Do you see what I'm saying? But of course, there's arguments for both, because they both do work. I did try both. I did try the hand trap version. I did try I've tried this version, the like no hand traps, and they both work. I think it's a matter of preference as well, and especially one of the biggest contributors to this data is your locals. Like what does your locals consist of, and that will kind of like it'll influence the variant that you play, whether you want to play the hand trap variant or you want to play this variant. I see that I felt like this is like sufficient enough to get everything done to deal with whatever it is the meta is presenting. So I don't know. It seems fine, but it seems pretty straightforward once you actually think about it. And if you really want to get 40, closer to 40, like 41, just cut the tunings. But I felt like just tuning, having the versatility of opening up this card variation, whereas tuning and either or, you can search anything, you know, compared to like having to open this and you open this, it's like, oh, that doesn't really go, you know. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. And then one thing to talk about for sure, cause I already see you guys seeing it. What the hell are you talking about this? If you saw some of the replays, this was insane. So the way I thought about it was, I would want the chance to beat the scenarios I would typically lose to, and have an answer for them. Because if I'm going up against like a board, and they have post game 1, they have anti-spell, they have D-barrier, my engine hands will not beat that, because the barrier is already like a death sentence. Like you just don't want to be doing that, compared to like having the potential to open up this and Storm, or this and this, or this and this. You know, how is that any different? This gives me a chance to potentially beat that situation, right? Because like you'll go, okay, for example, you go Lightning Storm, they chain D barrier, you chain Epsilon, they have an Omni negate, you chain Gamma, That's the 3-card combo that you would want to have going second post game 1. Because how, like, this, even the best hand you have cannot beat that. You know what I mean? So that was the whole logic behind that this strategy, having the potential to beat that scenario. It's crazy because the first thing that you'll argue is like, yeah, but you're gonna add 2 bricks. But I would rather have the bricks that have a chance than not at all. Like that's just what it comes down to. Like, and this is not a conventional deck, so you can't really be building it conventionally. You have to think outside the box, because we lose to particular things, you know. And I felt like, oh, this can work, you know. It's an option. Like if you open up this and this and this, like, how's that any different from having to have a 3-card combo of this, this, and this, than wanting to open up this, this, and this? You know, I might be coping, but dude, like I'm saying, like it just made sense. I was like, oh, it was working. You saw the replays. The replays were wild. That one game when he had anti-spell, chain this, it was freaking crazy. I was like, what the heck? But yeah, that's basically this. Sums it up. I mean, we haven't really gotten any support yet, so the deck can't really change as much. Once Ready Set Duel comes out, once the new Stardust XL Synchro comes out as well, whether we want to implement that into the extra deck, it varies, because the extra deck just flows so well. Everything just, there's nothing I wish I didn't have. Like everything just comes up so often. But yeah, that's basically gonna be. I was gonna include this in the replay video, but that would push it up to 40 plus minutes, and I was like, oh, it's already at 35. So I'll just come back, and I wanted to have like a more in-depth discussion on this deck list, because this is the main difference that we've that I'm showing you guys, because I haven't tried this before. I've been meaning to try it like months ago, just for just to have the potential, like go Storm, and like what if like they change Scarlet, or you know, the stuff like that. But it felt like, let's just do it now, because barriers everywhere and anti-spells everywhere. Like, you anti-spell me, okay, just chain this. But like, I don't know, it seems like maybe I can switch this up as well to facilitate this scenario more. But I don't know, just try. I'll see if I can continue to do it, but that's gonna be hopefully to the video. Like, subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for watching.